Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. I'm Mark Goldbridge, and what a bit of news we've got for you. What a lot of news we've got for you. Bruno Fernandez staying, MBEUMO coming, Jadon Sancho coming back, Rasmus leaving. And I tell you what, why is Mark Goldbridge sat next to a bed? I can tell you why. Look at this bloody view. Oh my God, look at that there. I think it's called Swindon. But look, what a way to be doing a show this morning. What a view here in New York. What a city. I feel like Gary Neville, if I'm being honest. I've been up since 3:30. That's jet lag. So yes, that's the honest answer. I've got a few bit of sights to show you in a minute, actually. If you can spot the Statue of Liberty, you're a genius. You won't be able to see it at the moment because we're looking up at the Empire State Building there. I mean, what a view. I mean, this city's amazing. But what's going on at Manchester United? That's the main thing. Absolutely incredible. Bruno Fernandez is staying and MBEUMO's advancing. All this while I was on the bloody plane. I think I should come to New York more often. What a city, what a country. I mean, yeah, just amazing. But more of that later. Yes. So first of all, let's start off with Bruno Fernandez. And to be honest with you, I just think there's a few things I want to just say. Look, football, we've been doing this for 10 years, blah, blah, blah. But I think, as we know with football, things can definitely change. And I think what we've got with Manchester United is a really big shift. And I would say well done to all of you lot, really, because they're obviously listening. I think when Ruben Amorim came in, we wanted and demanded that he would be backed because his system of play is so, different to what we've had in the past. And we've got a manager now that looks like he's going to be backed. I mean, it's not happened yet. Look, everybody's entitled to their opinions. There's a lot of people flipping their opinions. We've done the shows. We've looked online. A lot of people said sell Bruno. And then suddenly it's, I'm so happy he's staying. All the people who wanted Bruno go are not real fans. Look, on Bruno, first of all, before we talk about MBEUMO, let's talk about that. Let's talk about what United are going to do next, because we've got some interesting stuff there. Jadon Sancho coming back as well. On Bruno Fernandez, let's just get behind our captain. Amorim wanted to keep him. We move on together. But if, like me, you felt that Manchester United should maybe move on from Bruno Fernandez because the money was incredible, then that doesn't mean that you're wrong to say I still would do it. I think we just need to move on collectively because he's our captain and move forward. But I think the devil's in the detail. He took 3 weeks to turn down a deal he could have turned down in 3 minutes. He wants to stay in Europe to challenge for trophies. Read between the lines. If Bayern Munich or Barcelona or Real Madrid or any other European club had come in for him, I think he'd have gone. But they were never going to pay the money that Al Hilal were, so he stays. So I think at the end of the day, I respect Bruno for that. I think some people might go, he wasn't committed to the cause. I think Bruno Fernandez probably has sent a very big message to Manchester United that none of us ever could. I want to leave. I want to leave this club that he sees more of than us. I want to go. The way you behaved this last year, the sacking of people, what's been going on the pitch, I want to go. And if a club in Europe came in for me and they'd pay the money, I would go. But I don't want to go to Saudi. I don't want to be the cash cow for you to make a load of money. I'm not ready to go to Saudi at the moment. There's nothing wrong with Bruno Fernandez doing that. In a way, I like him even more. I don't look at it and go, he's only staying because he's got nowhere to go, which is true. I look at it and go, well, that's a good thing. Because he's basically saying to Man United, no more loyalty, no more I'll stay here no matter what. If there was a better offer, I would go. And I did think about Al Hilal, but ultimately my family doesn't want to go there and I don't want to do it for my career yet. So it's a different take on what I've been hearing about Bruno, but I actually do agree with it. I think it's a good thing what he's done because basically he's saying I would go. If it was Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, I would go, but they're not going to pay that money, so I'll stay here. But I'm not staying here because I want to. I'm staying here because I sort of have to, and you need to show me why I should do. And I'm happy with that because one thing about Bruno is he will always give 100%. He's not a player that's going to sulk on the pitch. But I do look back at it and go, I think the Europa League final performance wasn't his best, and maybe that was because he was a little bit rattled. Talking about football, by the way, let me just. This is right opposite my room. Look, this is a different view here. So in between there, you've got the Empire State Building up there. What a road that is up there. In between there, to the side of the right of the white bit, there is the Statue of Liberty right in the distance, almost centre screen. And then you've got this little five-a-side. Well, it's not even little. They were playing on there till midnight last night. I was going to go and have a kick about. That's New Jersey over the side. Oh, well, actually, it's either New Jersey or Scotland. I can't figure it out. But I think the flight was longer than that, so I don't think it's Scotland. I think it is New Jersey. But just a little bit of sightseeing there for you. That's the Hudson. But yeah, absolutely fantastic. I'm going to go and have a bit of an explore later. But I'm hoping to do a 5 o'clock live somewhere at some point, 5 p.m. UK time. Not 5 p.m. here, because that would be nearly midnight for you lot. Jadon Sancho returning. I mean, just what a waste. I mean, there is a player that's a waste of space. Basically, Chelsea wanted to keep him. He wouldn't take a pay cut. So he's decided to not stay at Chelsea. I mean, this guy, if I see people bringing back Keaton Cook here, I mean, basically didn't want to be at Man United, caused loads of problems, and now doesn't want to stay at Chelsea because they won't give him the wages, so he's coming back again. 1 year left on his contract, probably going to look to run it down in a year's time so he can make a load of money again. I mean, ill-advised or not, that guy needs to study his career, because what an opportunity that was to take a pay cut and go and play for Chelsea. And no, I mean, look, maybe he's got something better lined up, but I mean, just the less time we spend on that, the better, because there's just no way back, is there really? The MBEUMO story, really, really interesting. And I've got to give a big shout out to Ben Jacobs on this. I mean, he's just been so good this summer so far. And I think it's, a few people have, but yeah, I think Ben Jacobs has been good, especially around the Bruno Fernandez stuff. And he actually messaged me on the plane yesterday saying, I think Bruno's going to stay, but obviously I couldn't go live, but I've got the messages. So look, he's been very good on that. But with the MBEUMO stuff, he was obviously talking about it with Beth last week. Look, to be fair, Fabrizio's spoken about it. Other people have spoken about the interest in MBEUMO. But when David Ornstein dropped it just before the 8 o'clock show last night, thank you, David, that was perfect timing. Yeah, it's another Cunha situation, isn't it? Where we've got a player that wants to come and play for Manchester United. I've got to say, even I'm surprised by that. I'd want to play for Man United, you'd want to play for Man United, but the fact that he wants to come and play for Manchester United over Arsenal, Newcastle or whoever is crazy. I mean, we still do have that pull. And the annoying thing is, it's like Margot Robbie going out with not having a shower for 3 weeks and not brushing her teeth, and people still fancy her. That's what I look at Man United, because ultimately that's what the Glazers and Sir Jim have done to Man United. We're clearly still very attractive, even though our breath stinks of rubbish, a garbage trailer, as they'd say here. So, it's amazing. It's great in a way. If you want the Glazers and Sir Jim Radcliffe gone, then we've been very lucky that people like MBEUMO and Cunha will still come to us. There is a bit of a kicker, though, with MBEUMO, and I have said this myself. I've never had any information on this at all, so I bow down to those that have, but we've still got to pay what Brentford want. And even this morning, there's talk that Brentford wants 62 million or 60 million pounds because they feel he's the same as Cunha. And it's all right, Cunha wanting Man United, but I did say this yesterday morning. There is no release clause on this one. So if Brentford say, we want 60 million or we're not going to let him go, and Newcastle say, we'll give you 60 million, and then MBEUMO says, I want to go to Man United, it's not that we won't end up with him, it's just that it'll be a long, protracted affair. It could go on for weeks and weeks. And what I don't want to see happen is, MBEUMO wants to come to us, Bruno's staying, we won't get MBEUMO. We've got to get this deal done now. And I think, ultimately, we will do. And I think it's a good deal. It's interesting, though, because I was talking to people last night about this, and they were saying, do you think MBEUMO and Cunha works? Where do they work? Well, we've got to get a striker. And I was talking to Ben Jacobs on the plane yesterday. He wasn't on the same plane because he's in a different country. We were just using technology. And he was saying to me that there will definitely still be another number 9 coming in, despite Bruno staying, despite Cunha, despite MBEUMO. I know there's been talk this morning from The Athletic that we might go for a midfielder, etc. But we haven't. I'm still very dubious about the money side of Manchester United. Yes, Garnacho will go. Yes, Rashford will go. But we didn't get European football. We are in debt. We do owe a lot of money. And we did do this last summer where we thought we haven't got any money and we spent £300 million. So it can happen and it needs to happen. But I'm also very wary that there is other money that could get spent here that we haven't got yet. But I expect MBEUMO to happen, but it could take a little bit of time before it actually does. But what I was saying to someone last night, they were like, how does MBEUMO and Cunha work in the United side? Do they make you better? I went, literally, they're 2 of the top 5 Premier League goal scorers last season. We need more goals. Look, on a very basic level, I'm not going to sit here and say, Wilcox madness or Sir Jim's jizz or whatever like that, or whatever people are saying. I don't know what they're saying. it's very, I think MBEUMO and Cunha are good good players to bring in anyway. But I also would say you could literally look at the top 5 Premier League scorers and go, well, we're not going to get Haaland because he plays for Man City. We're not going to get Isak because he plays for Newcastle. But Brentford, MBEUMO, Wolves, Cunha, they'd be looking for a step up. Let's buy them. It should mean more goals for both of those players. And what I like about, and I was very reluctant to say this, but what I like about, because I didn't know we were going to get him, but what I like about Cunha and what I like about MBEUMO is they're not British for a start. And I'm not anti-British at all. I am one. But I just think we overhype the British players. And traditionally, stereotypically, I think our foreign players like Bruno and even De Ligt and Mazraoui and Vidic, going back all those years, they tend to come in with a better work ethic and less hype. And they're also very experienced players. They're both 25. So I like the fact that they're not coming in as learner drivers who are 20 or 19 or 22 with British passports. I like the fact that they're coming in with foreign passports and they're experienced and they're Premier League proven, because it just means they don't get the attachment of the media, the hype and all that lot. So I'm very happy with both those signings when they happen. I'm very happy with this view. It's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I might just sit here all day and look at myself looking at that, but incredible. What a lovely place to visit. And hopefully I'll be able to be live with you about 5 p.m. UK time. It's currently just gone 7 a.m. I really do feel like Gary Neville. I've been up for 3 hours. I've been running up that hill. I haven't really. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you smash a like on the video and whack your comments in. Keep an eye on my Instagram at Goldbridge Mark. I'm going to do some stories. I'm hopefully going to visit some famous places like the Eiffel Tower Leaning Tower Pizza. That's one I want to do as well. And I'm hoping to go Niagara Falls as well. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Take care.